Chinese Classics, Journey to the West. Chapter 2, Dragon Palace Borrowed Treasure. Seeing that there was no way to stay, Sun Wukong said goodbye to Patriarch Body and said goodbye to the brothers. Then he recited the formula and drove somersaulting clouds. Within an hour, he returned to the Shuilian cave of Huagua Mountain and saw Huagua Mountain. A desolate and dilapidated scene is very miserable. It turned out that after Monkey King left, a Hunshi Demon King monopolized the Water Curtain Cave and took away many monkey grandchildren. When Monkey King heard this, he gritted his teeth and stomped his feet. He asked the Hunshi Demon where he lived and decided to avenge the Hunshi Demon. So he drove somersault clouds and flew north. After a while, Monkey King came to Hunshi Devil's Shui dirty cave and shouted to the little demon in front of the door, "Your shit devil has bullied us monkeys many times. I'm here today to compare with that demon." Little demon run into the hole and report to the devil. The devil hurriedly put on the iron armor, carrying a big knife, and walked out of the cave surrounded by the little demons. With his bare hands, Monkey King grabbed the Hunshi Demon King's sword and split him in half. Then, he pulled out a handful of vellus hair, bit it, and sprayed it out. The vellus hair turned into many little monkeys. They went straight into the cave, killing all the fairies. Then rescued the snatched little monkey, set a handful of fire and boiled the water. Dirty hole. Monkey King retracted the vellus hair, told the little monkeys to close their eyes and perform spells. A gust of wind blew by, and they drove back to Huagua Mountain. From then on, Monkey King asked the monkeys to make some bamboo spears and wooden swords, and taught them martial arts with the snatched swords. Before long, Monkey King felt that bamboo spears and wooden swords could not fight, and the two monkeys told him that Olai must have good weapons. Sun Wukong drove the cloud to the sky above Olai Kingdom, chanting a spell, and immediately the sky blew strong winds. Sand and gravel flew around, frightening the soldiers and people all over the city. He took the opportunity to run into the weapons storehouse and pulled out the hairs, turning them into thousands of little monkeys, moving around and looting. Wukong saw that it was almost done, and changed the wind direction back to Huagashan. Since then, the reputation of Huagashan Shuilian Cave has become even greater, and all the monster bosses, that is, the cave owner of 72 Cave, have come to visit Monkey King. However, one thing went wrong with Wukong. He thought that big knife was too light to use. An old ape with a full back told Wukong that under the Shuiliandong Bridge, he could go straight to the Dragon Palace in the East China Sea, and asked him to find the Dragon King for a handy weapon. Wukong immediately came to the East China Sea Dragon Palace and explained the purpose of coming here to the old Dragon King Oguang. The Dragon King was not easy to refuse, and told the shrimp soldiers to lift a 9-piece fork weighing 3,600 jin. Wukong took it and played with it for a while, thinking it was too light. The Dragon King ordered the crabs to lift out a Fangtian-painted halberd weighing 7,200 jin. When Wukong saw it, he still thought it was too light. The Dragon King said, "There is no weapon heavier than this." Wukong didn't believe it, and quarreled with the Dragon King. And Long Po said to the Dragon King, "When Dayu controls the water, Shenzhen iron, which measures the depth of the sea, is always shining recently. Just give this to him. No matter if he can use it. Send him away." The Dragon King told Wukong after hearing this treasure is too heavy. Go get it yourself. When Monkey King and Dragon King came to the bottom of the sea, the Dragon King pointed his hand and said, "That's what shines." Seeing Shenzhen's iron and golden light, Wukong walked over and touched it. Monkey King strove to move it with his hands and said, "It's too long and too long. If it were shorter and thinner, it would be fine." Before Sun Wukong had finished speaking, the baby was a few feet shorter and thinner. Sun Wukong looked at it and said, "It will be better if it is thinner." The baby was really thinner again.
Wukong took it over and saw that it said Juyi Golden Hoop, weighing 135,000 jins. After playing for a while, I found it very useful. Back to the Crystal Palace. Monkey King asked Dragon King to give him a suit to match. The Dragon King really didn't exist, but he was afraid that Wukong would mess around. So he knocked on the anxious golden bell and called the 3 Sea Dragon Kings Ochin, Oshun and Orun in the south, north and west. The 3 brothers made up a pair of golden armors and a purple gold crown with top phoenix wings and a pair of lotus root cloud shoes were given to Wukong. Back at Huagua Mountain, Wukong discovered that the golden cudgel could be the size of an embroidery needle, hidden in his ears. One day, he feasted all the demon kings for dinner. He was drunk and slept under the pine tree by the bridge. He was stupefied to see that 2 people were holding the approval-ridden Monkey King in their hands. They walked to him without talking, and he put it on a rope, pulled it up and left. Wukong went to a city gate with them in a daze, and saw a sign on the tower with the words Netherworld on it. Knowing that this is the place where Hades lived, he turned around and left, and 2 ecstatic ghosts died. Hold him dead. Insist on letting him in. When Monkey King saw the fire, he took out the golden cudgel from his ear and beat the 2 seducers into meat sauce. He threw off the noose he had put on him, waved the golden hoop and hit the city, and then hit the front of the Sanlua temple. The 10 Pluto kings saw that Wukong was very vicious, and they were so frightened that they didn't know what to do. Wukong said, "Since you are sitting on the throne, you should be a little aura. Why don't you know that I'm here? My grandson has cultivated into the path of immortality and can live forever. Get the book of life and death." The 10 Pluto kings quickly asked the judge to take the birth and death. Check. Wukong boarded the Sanlua temple and searched for the soul character number 350 before he found his name. He picked up the pen and ticked off all the monkey's names, saying, "This is great. Great. I won't be under your control anymore." After speaking, he shot out the netherworld. The 10 Hades hurried to Chuiyun Palace to meet the Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva and discuss how to report to the Jade Emperor. Thank you very much. See you next time.